Hi, good evening, and good evening. I was walking up Church Street. We'll walk down towards the prom. Don't know if anyone's seen this park before. If I think of anything of interest on the way, I'll show you, point it out. Well, I'm just walking up from Devy Square, which is behind us. Now, over there, that used to be the grammar school. I'll show you in a tick. In fact, we might as well cross over and I'll show you. Cross over Church Street. And this is where you used to walk into the Rakes Hall Gardens. I've shown the rakes on the video. I must have just put on the day before or whenever I put it on. Yeah, it's better known as the Salvation Army now. I've done a full history on it, so I'm not going to bore now because we'll just have a wander up to down towards town. I'll tell you what I will do. I don't know. In this light, though, you can't. It's difficult to tell on the screen what's actually coming out and what's not. To be fair. And just about here, you'd have walked into the Rakes Hall Gardens. I don't know if that's going to come out for you at all. Laid in 1904. Hopefully that's coming out. I've got to get... To be perfectly honest, I've got to get used to this screen. It's tiny, honestly. I'm used to my phone screen, aren't I? And, you know... So basically what you'd have, if you go right up there, which way you were heading now, so I've got a bag in my hand because I've just been down to Devy Square to pick some bits up. And if you'd walk right up there, that's where Blackpool North is. So you can see people would have walked down from Blackpool North, originally 1846. You know, and walked down here to what was the Rakes Hall Gardens. In a minute, we're coming up for an old pub called the Grosvenor. I'll tell you about that in a tick. Let me just negotiate across here. This is Park Road on the left. To our left. Let's negotiate over here. Bear with a tick. So yeah, these used to be like all buildings here on this road, you know, from there. Used to be all buildings here. Coming along here, what's now the car park. They were dilapidated, don't get me wrong. But even donkeys years ago, they were saying they were knocking all this lot down. Donkeys years ago, you know, King Street and all that. They are developing a lot now, as we know, that I will show another time. And then just about here is where the Grosvenor pub used to be. It used to be a great little pub because when we were younger, the Bobby the Rakes for one first, then the Grosvenor, then into town, maybe Blue Room, now the Brew Room. But yeah, just here where the cars are, that was the Grosvenor pub. And these trees here, apparently 10 grand each. Yeah, each tree, 10 grand each. See if we can cross over. Yeah, and the Grosvenor was famously owned, it was just past there, when it was a pub. Bear with me. Deciding which way to go. By Frank Carson. Frank Carson owned it for years. As we're passing, I'll show you what I can remember. Now, along here, I've said about the secret tunnels and that before, and the council admitted to so many underground, you know, and they're not tunnels, they're the old underground toilets like what were central and north, and there used to be some here as well. Basically this block here splits Church Street with Corn Street. I'll show you as we get to the end a bit better. Yeah, when we get to end, bear with. Yeah, these used to be underground toilets here, and they used to be like on the floor, like glass, you know, to let a bit of light through, to the toilets. Well gone now, look, they've been paved and what have you over. It was just about here. This is where you'd have gotten into the toilets, just about here, and they were down underneath. You see where the used to be. Oh, you can hear me because I'm not talking that loud, obviously. So yeah, you see what I mean? This building, this splits it all up. So that's Corn Street looking down that way, and we've just walked down Church Street. Oh, that makes sense. Stewart's Radio over the road there. Been there donkeys. This is King Street. Looking down towards the Royal British Legion and where they're doing... I'll show that development better in the light. Opposite as well, that's Frenchman's Cove, the pub that you can just see over there. That's Frenchman's. Cash converters and what have you. Bar 137, is that coming out? I can't tell. Yeah, and famously here, this is probably the most one that people say should never be knocked down. This is where the ABC cinema or theatre used to be. The Beatles famously played here in the 60s. What's a car park now? Up to that wall that you can see in the background. Yeah, the Beatles, so many people appeared here when it was a theatre, the cinema, you know. We're coming up for a street we know very well. Topping Street on the right hand side, just here. So I'll just try to see how much time I've got left on the card. It's just a normal card in these, I think. Yeah, Topping Street. It's going to be quiet tonight, Tuesday night. Shall we have a wander down? Yeah, Townsman's shut. I don't know what time it is, probably about 8:30, something like that. Renegade just here, he does all the punk and that. Punk and rock. Townsman, obviously. Gillespie's on the left hand side, now Champs Bar, part of the Mark Ellis group. As we'll walk past. Bear with me. Cask and Tap, I've not really been in here. I can't even tell if that's bloody coming out. Yeah, Cask and Tap. Gillespie's, that was one of my locals for donkey's years. Like I say, now Champs. Churchill's, nice to bob in for a pint. Now and again at Churchill's. Then you've got Abingdon Street Market just there, you see, if you're in the area. Hopefully that's coming out. Can't tell from here. Well, that's saying 8 AM till 8 PM, so it's not even 8 o'clock yet, that look of it. See if I can check on my phone. Sorry, not my phone, my watch. It's my watch. I'm trying to check my watch. So it's saying 20 past 8 on my watch. Now, I did hear that... San Marcos. Now, it was Mama's, obviously. But now San Marcos. With the sign up there. So I've got it on tilt lock, so I can't show you properly there. Now, bootleg here, is that coming out? Hopefully it is. But this here used to be the 007. Ryan London's place. Famously boxer for Ali, once upon a time. Dixieland, if you fancy some chicken on your way home after a few. The famous Yorkshire fisheries. And then over the other side, the Washington. Oh, Iceland. Excuse me. See how they're getting on with that now? I will do something proper on that in the light on the phone, to be fair, rather than on... Because once again, I'm on the gimbal come camera come whatever they call them. Yeah, we're just coming up now to Mark Kelly's on the left. This used to be Prue House, this here. It looks like it's all boarded up and what have you. You know, Prudential House. I actually worked in there many a year ago for an ISP. ISP was what they used to call an internet service provider. Yeah, so you've got Mark Kelly's there, just next is Garland's. Crossing here though, bear with. Yeah, it's an absolute nightmare. I'll show you what's happening with all of the inn and that for now, while we're waiting. God knows, once the trams start running as well, God knows what it's going to be like round here. It's going to be a bloody nightmare, isn't it? Let me know what you think. I don't know. And don't forget to like and subscribe, will you? It does help minute channels like this. Yeah, subscribe to old Blackpool Biker. Yeah, so you've got Mark Kelly's over the road just there. King Kebab, I've called in there before on my way home. From where most people know. Yeah, so King Kebab just there, the Catch is just over there. Should we over that way? It's just coming out as fences and that, innit? That's what it is, to be fair. Flying handbag and that up there, up that road. Bear with. Yeah, so now we're coming up for Funny Girls. Used to be the Odeon Funny Girls. The Odeon Cinema. You can tell, can't you? Used to be Odeon. This is Springfield Road. Man bar there. It's on the corner. Right, we'll leave it here. I'm going to have a ciggy. Oh, you've been alright with that little wander. Just shows you, you know, a little wander around Blackpool of a night, innit? Don't forget, like and subscribe, will you? Don't forget, if you will, Woody and Linda's running all the old Blackpool Biker Facebook page as well, because my account was attacked, you know, and what have you. So, yeah, Woody and Linda's doing that at the moment until we could sort something out. Thank you very much, both of you. You know that. It's all appreciated. And Linda's actually in Blackpool at the moment. It's Queen Bee. We'll have to catch up sometime this week, Linda. Yeah. I don't know when, though. We'll have to catch up. I think it's Friday, isn't it? You're going back, Linda. Yeah, so don't forget, like and subscribe. Most of all, stay safe. You know what it is. Have a cracking day.